Hello, my name is Laurel Hammond and I lead the Crochet Circle group here at the Spanish Fork Library. This is my daughter Olivia. Today our project for this month is a granny square. You can make a whole bunch of these and then stitch them all together to make a great big cozy blanket. So it's a very simple project. It's very fast and easy to do. So we're going to get started on how to do that. We're just going to work in a solid color today just to get familiar with the stitches. For yarn, you can use anything you want. We're just using acrylic because it's inexpensive and easy to wash. And the size of hook, it's up to you. Depends on how big you want to make that blanket. The larger hook you use, the bigger the stitches will be and the more spaced out your stitches will get. I'm using a size I or a 5.5 millimeter. My daughter's using size J, I believe. As I said, it's really up to you how big you want it to be. So we make the slip knot to cast onto our hook, and we are going to start with chain 4. So you want to go ahead and try that?
Okay, so 4 chain.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, you all ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you go back to the very first chain that you made, put your hook through it, and this is what's called a slip stitch. So you yarn over, and instead of making like a single crochet or anything with it, you just pull that loop through everything. Boom. It's a slip stitch. It has like a height of 0. It doesn't go anywhere. But it turns this beginning chain that you made into a teeny tiny little ring. And we're going to start crocheting into that ring.
Like this? Or?
Let me see. You got to pull all the way through.
Okay.
Ooh, like that.
Thank
And
you.
then you see it makes a ring. There's a hole there in the middle, and you're going to crochet into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to start our first round, because it's actually, even though it's square, it's worked in rounds. We're just going to keep going around and around, and it'll become a square as we go. So what we're going to do next for round 1, we're going to chain 3. And this chain 3 is actually going to count as our first stitch, because now we're going to be doing what's called a cluster, a granny cluster of 3 double crochets and then a chain of 2. So this is actually, even though it's chain 3, it's actually our first double crochet. So instead of doing 3 double crochets in this first cluster, we're going to just do 2. So for double crochet, you yarn over, put your hook through the center of that ring.
Okay, just
You okay?
like I did 3.
You chain 3.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. So you yarn over, and then you put your hook through the ring. Nope, you yarn over first. Yarn over, and then go through the hole in the middle of the ring. Then you yarn over again.
Then you have 3 loops.
Pull it 3, and yeah, then you have 3 loops. Yarn over again. Pull it through 2 of the loops. And so then there should be 2 loops left on your hook. Then yarn over again, and pull it through both. And that is your double crochet. It's taller than a single crochet, because it's got a few more extra steps in it.
Okay.
So then we're going to do that one more time. Yarn over, put it through the middle of the circle.
Okay, where's my middle go? Okay, right
Yeah,
there.
you can see it
Okay.
right there.
Found it.
Okay, yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over and pull it through 2 loops. Then yarn over and pull it through the last 2 loops. So there is our little cluster of 3 stitches there.
Wait, only 3?
Well, yeah, technically. It's the chain 3 that you did, and then the 2 double crochets.
Okay.
Those are going to be our 3
2
double
just right
crochets
there.
for the cluster. So then we're going to chain 2.
Okay, chain 2.
That's going to give us a little gap between one cluster and the next one. Okay, now we're going to do it again. 3 double crochets. So yarn over and put it through the middle. Yarn over and pull it through. Go through 2 loops, and then the last 2. And then do that 2 more times. good at this. Okay. Once you get your 3, get your 3 there. Okay, so chain 2 again.
Cool.
And then we're going to do 2 more of those clusters of 3.
Only 2?
Well, do 3 on this, 3 double crochets.
Okay.
And then chain 2, and then another set of 3 double crochets, and then chain 2 again.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then you do chain 2. You all right?
Only on my second thing here.
That's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and keep going.
Okay.
Then do my last set of 3 double crochets. And then chain 2. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to find the top stitch of that chain 3 that I started with. And I am going to slip stitch into it. So let's put the hook through it, yarn over, and then pull it through everything. And so that creates a little square. That chain 2 space in between each of the clusters creates the corners of that square. So you can see your square taking shape already. That'll correspond to this one right here. So now we're going to do that next row around here. And it's just more of the same, more of these little clusters. But we're going to put them into the chain space. That little corner bit, that's where our clusters are going to go. So we're going to do it a little differently this time.
Okay. Just a sec.
You're fine.
Think I made a square?
You did.
It's more like a triangle.
So
but
chain 2.
like
It'll,
2.
yeah. And so now what you're going to do is you go over here and you find the top of that chain 3 that you did. And you're going to slip stitch into it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You yarn over and you pull it through both. Boom. Like that. Now it'll look more like a square. See? It's getting there.
Looks like a
You ready?
small little triangle.
You might have missed something in there. We'll have to go back and look at it. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So next we're going to chain 3.
So now,
Wait a
do we just go through the same thing or a different hole?
What we're going to do is we're going to jump over here.
Oh.
Believe it or not. Yep. It's going to be crazy.
So we go, oh,
So we made our little chain 3.
okay.
Right?
Yes.
We're going to actually add 1 more chain to it.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a chain of 4 to start our next round. So now what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over. So this is, it's our first double crochet and the little gap there. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over and we're going to jump over here to that little corner space in between the clusters.
Okay.
You see it?
Right
Yep,
here.
right there, yep. And now we're going to do 3 double crochets there. And then it's going to get crazy. Are you ready for it?
No, I don't. Like this?
Hmm? Did you do 3 double? What? That's 1 double crochet. Do 2 more in there.
Oh, okay.
In that same space. See?
Okay.
Yeah. So we're working it all into this little corner space here. I've done 3 double crochets, and then things get nuts. I'm going to do my chain 2. Then I'm going to go and do 3 double crochets into that same space. So there's going to be 2 clusters sitting in this one little spot here.
So after you do the 2 little things, you do 3
more
things?
in the same corner,
Okay.
because this is creating the new corners. The corner for the next row.
Ah,
It's easier to tell when it's different colors. You can see the contrast here.
Okay.
So in the corners, there's always going to be 2.
That makes more sense, because I was just like, what and how and what?
You doing okay?
Yep.
All right. You're getting it, yeah. So once I've completed that, I'm going to make my chain 2, and then I'm going to jump to the next corner, like so. I'm just going to do that all the way around. 3 double crochets, then chain 2, and then 3 more in the same corner space.
I think I might have missed something.
Uh-oh. Well, we can go back and see. Ready?
One thing.
Let me see here.
Maybe 2, maybe 3. Maybe I can just do Granny's
No, you just
circle.
need to do... No, you're fine. You just did 2 right here. You need to do a 3rd one, and then do your chain 2, and then do 3 more in the same spot.
Oh, okay.
We just keep going. That's what we do. Continuing all the way around. So I'm going to be doing this double cluster in each corner 4 times. The next round we will have an extra step because it's getting larger. We'll have an extra chain space to work with, but I'll show you what to do. Getting it? You see the square coming together?
So,
Yeah. So chain 2 and then go to the next one.
okay, this is the next one apparently.
Just about ready. Okay, so now I'm getting back to where I started. There's that chain 4 that I did at the beginning. So I'm going to go into that chain space there, and then I'll just connect onto it. I'm going to do 2 double crochets and then slip stitch into that 3rd chain there. Once I've done my corner thing, of course. Chain space, and then do my 2 double crochets and then slip stitch in. Yarn's getting a little tight on me there. There we go. Okay, so I'll grab that, slip stitch into it. So you can see that little square coming together. Looks pretty cool. You okay?
One last one.
Okay.
For this corner. Then I go into the 4 one, right?
Let me see. Yes. So you make your 3, chain 2, and then make just 2. Okay.
Wait.
What
So
happened
chain
here?
3, go in, do 2.
Wait. You chain 2 here.
Okay.
Maybe like that. And I'm not quite sure what happened here. But oh, I see it. I see it. There we go. I think.
Nope. This is my
How
4
did you do
chain.
that, child?
So
That's okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did an extra
What's
chain.
this huge gap here? Okay. Huh, interesting. Fun things happen when you crochet. Here.
When just I personally crochet.
No, when anyone crochets. When everyone crochets, fun things happen. So I think what we're going to do is we might...
Do you just go on the one below it? Goes.
Yeah, go right there. 3, chain 2, make 2 more, and then slip stitch into that, and I'll show you how when you get there. Okay. Okay, so that was round 2. Next is round 3. So round 3, I'm going to chain 3 up here. That's my first double crochet. Then I'm going to do 2 in this space right where I'm at. So what this is here, there's a nice little chain space in the middle of my side here that wasn't in the previous row. I'm going to do just one little cluster of 3 double crochets in that spot. I'm not going to do the two clusters in this one because it's just the flat side. Over here in the corner, I will do the double clusters because that helps increase the size of the row.
Now what do I do?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So we'll just slip stitch in the top here.
Oh, okay. Because that makes way more sense than...
Interesting things happened here. Wait. No, you're good. You're good. So you're going to chain 3.
2.
3. And you're going to start into this space here. Make 2. Make 2 double crochets, and that's it in this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So 2 double crochets into that chain space there. Then chain 2, and then go to the corner space and do my double cluster. 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets in the same space.
So right here?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You did chain 2 first, right?
Yes.
Okay. Chain 2.
So then after you're done with this one, you chain 2 again and do it in the same loop?
In the same one, yes, because that's your corner. So the corner will always have a double cluster with a chain space, chain 2 in between.
Hello.
Okay, so chain 2. And then there's my middle space in the row. So again, just a single cluster of double crochet. And then do the double cluster in the corners. I'll go all the way around doing that. How's it going? Get your corner?
Interesting.
Okay, chain 2, and then just do 3 double crochets in this space.
Okay.
Only 3.
I don't think this is a square anymore. Looks more like a square with devil teeth.
A rhombus? Would it be a rhombus?
Sure.
So here we go. Going around my corner here. And chain 2. Set of just the 3 in here.
So do the crochet 2, same thing to this one.
Okay, so that was the
again.
middle part, right?
Yes.
Not the corner. Okay, so now you do your chain 2, and now you go do the double one here.
Okay.
That middle space only gets 3 double crochets and nothing else.
Okay.
It's not an increased corner, so it's not good enough to get more. Pull some extra yarn off of here. Going around the corners. almost back to where I started.
I'm confused with mine.
Oh, what happened?
It's more like a Pokemon triangle thing. You know those little
You're fine.
cuddling things?
I'm not sure what stitch you did here. It went around. What? What did you? Okay, we're gonna try this. Okay.
Okay.
So go through here. Pull it up. Boom. Boom.
Okay.
Then you go around and go into it again. Remember?
Oh,
There we go. And that's one set of 3. Double crochet. And then go back into that same spot and do it again. You're getting it mostly. Just, I think you got the wrong spot earlier.
probably. How do you do it so fast?
A lot of practice. See? See the little corner there?
Oh.
And then you go to. There's the space we want to do. And that's just 3 double crochets is all. And 3. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here's your chain 2. Boom.
Now into
Into the next, this space right
this
here.
space.
Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do. And 3. Just one more time around a corner and then I'll be done with my little granny square. So we've covered all the basic steps you need to do your granny square. From there, it's just adding on more extra little single clusters along the flat side of the square. You need to do the same thing, around and around and around till it's as big as you want it. Just about done.
What's happening?
Okay, so that is 1. 2. And 3. Then chain 2. And then go find the top of that
Still
chain
looks
3
like
that
a
I started with.
triangle, but I kind of like it now.
You could do a triangle blanket.
Ooh.
Slip stitch through.
Idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if I was going to end there, what I would do is I would cut off the tail here. After my slip stitch, I would go ahead and drag this through again and just pull it all the way through to fasten off. Then I would take a yarn needle and weave in the ends throughout so that it wouldn't unravel. And that is a granny square. So as it is, all you have to do to make it bigger, just add more rows on the outside. And you can do it however you like. There's many, you can change colors if you like and do different things, or you could do it all one solid color. You just have to make a whole bunch of different ones and then stitch them all together to make your afghan. So I hope you've enjoyed that project. That is our project for January, is working on granny squares. Our next meeting on the 20th will not have a Facebook live stream at the beginning, but you are welcome to come in and join us in person. We're having good socially distanced fun here. We hope you all have a wonderful January, and we'll see you next time.